Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Wednesday, September the 17th. Hope all is well with you on this Wednesday morning. Beautiful day here in the Northeast, and our grandson Enzo is here, so that makes it even better. Today, I would like to pray. Speaking of Enzo, I would like to pray for our youth. Our youth are walking into a challenging world. We all acknowledge that. I like to pray for them to have the wisdom, the strength, the compassion to walk into this world and do the right thing and have a contribution towards positive peace and purpose in this world. So, with that, let us take a moment or two to pray for our youth that they contain all of these qualities, they garnish them, they enhance them, and they walk into this world and make it a better place. Thank you. And as always, please continue that prayer throughout the day. With that, I will ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Luke, chapter 7, verses 31 to 35. Jesus said to the crowds, "To what shall I compare the people of this generation? What are they like? They are like children who sit in the marketplace and call to one another. We played the flute for you, but you did not dance. We sang a dirge, but you did not weep. For John the Baptist came neither eating food nor drinking wine, and you said, 'He is possessed by a demon.' The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and you said, 'Look, he is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners.' But wisdom is vindicated by all her children." What we have here in this gospel is something that takes place today, only without the internet and social media. We have Jesus telling us that there is a lot of chatter that goes on amongst people, amongst the people who are out there doing things, and those that are listening to them and then interpreting and reinterpreting what they say. It was going on 2,000 years ago. You heard it in the gospel, you heard Jesus saying it. And as I said, it goes on today, and it goes on with even more of a magnification because of the internet, because of social media, and because, quite honestly, people don't look for a better alternative. Before we get to that better alternative, and I do have one, at least a suggestion, I'd like to say that here we have another situation that requires us to heal each day. Because once we get caught up in this continued chatter, once we assume things about what this one said and did you hear that, and then the rollover and the ripple effects and who said that and who responded, and we are listening constantly to everyone else. And in a lot of cases, we are listening to garbage, truth be told. And then instead, we have an alternative. And here is that alternative: spend as much or more time each day than you do listening to others, regardless of where they're at. Listen to yourself and God. Yes. Listen to yourself and God at least as much, if not more, than you listen to others. So that would mean, my friends, that if you spend 3 hours a day on social media or watching television and reports and listening to this and blah, 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 then you should spend 3 hours and a minute listening to yourself. That's a lot of time. And there's a great saying, you don't have to spend 100 years in the woods to become this sage or this yogi. You all you need is the quiet section of your room, and then do just that. Listen to your heart. God's there. Listening to your heart means you're listening to God. You're not asking God or you're asking yourself to do anything. You're listening to yourself. There's the value. There's the healing. And there's the answer to a lot of what goes on today that continues to escalate and escalate and escalate and brings us to a place of the need for healing. And instead, listen to your heart, listen to God, be at peace, and have a positive purpose. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Wednesday. As always, I hope it was helpful. You could take it into your day. I always welcome and appreciate your comments, your thoughts, your questions, even. I'm happy to answer them right online. I know you realize that I answer comments relatively quickly. So if you have a question, I am open to it. And as I always say, I appreciate always mostly you being here with me. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very blessed Wednesday. Listen to yourself, and I will see you back here hopefully on Friday with another reflection. Take good care.